Now controller needs to figure out whether to simply display the form or perform the authentication attempt. For that, it needs to know how exactly did the user get here. If the request is a post type, then the form was submitted and it needs to be processed. To get the request type, we use getRequest method. And then we check exactly what type it is. So if it is a post, then we need to go ahead and perform the authentication. But before we even go to authentication, we want to check that the data that the user entered is valid. We don't want any dangerous or invalid data to get into the authenticator. So for that, we're going to use the forms validator method. So I'm going to have to move this form declaration up here so I can use it, and I will use its validator, which is the isValid method. The data is going to come from the request getPost method. So, if the request is a post, the data was submitted. If it has all the valid data in it, then we're going to go ahead and perform the authentication attempt. So now we need to move all this authentication code here. And I will indent it so it looks nice. There. Now, notice how I do not have an else statement for the form validator. This is because the Zend form already takes care of all of the errors for me. Usually I would have to perform some kind of exit statements to make sure that application does not proceed if the data is invalid. Zend form does all of that for me, as well as provides all of the error messages. Now, I can't show you yet how this works, because if I log into the page and I'm logged in already, this is going to redirect me to index controller index action. So before I do anything else, I want to log myself out, and I haven't created the logout action yet, so I will do this right now. Logging out is as simple as erasing all the session data stored in a persistent storage. This is done through clear identity method found inside of the Zend auth instance. So once again, we need to get the instance and clear the identity. That's it. All the authenticated information is now cleared, and we just want to redirect it away from the page. Okay. Now, even if I have the right password here, I will still stay on a login page for now. Okay. Now, to show you what I mean about Zend form preventing the page to move anywhere until all the data is entered. If I just press login, I'm going to get a series of error messages that correspond to the validator that I assigned. In this case, it's just as simple as required, set required. So if I put in my username, but if I get a password, it's just that. Okay, so now we need to get the Zend auth to get the username and password entered by the user. For that, we need to get the form's content. For that, we use the forms object getValue method, and the field that we are getting corresponds to the name that was assigned to it in the ZendForm login class, which in this case is username and password. So now ZendAuth gets the values from the form. So let's test this now. Once again, if I leave out something blank, ZendForm will not let me go any further. If I enter wrong username and password information, just something random, okay, I get invalid, which is the message I displayed earlier, and we're going to modify it to comply properly with the view standard by creating an error message variable in a view and giving it a meaningful message. And we'll display this message in our view. So if I enter the wrong information, we get an error from our else statement. If the information is valid, we get redirect the index page. And if we try to go back to the authentication controller login action, we are again redirected back to index because we're already logged in thanks to this check here. If we want to log out, we go to the logout action, we're directed back to index, and we should be able to go back to login if we want to. There. So now we got ZendAuth to work with ZendForm.